There's something they just can't seem to figure out. You've changed. You've elevated. And while they're watching from a distance, puzzled, they're asking themselves, how did you surpass me? What went wrong? The truth? It's not what went wrong with them. It's what you did right. While they were caught in distractions, you were evolving in silence. While they laughed, scrolled, gossiped, and wasted precious moments, you were using yours to reflect, learn, grow, and heal. Every spare moment became an opportunity for transformation. You weren't trying to impress anyone. You weren't even trying to compete. You were just intentional. You knew that time was sacred, and that you could either spend it or invest it. You chose wisely, and now, those quiet investments are beginning to bear fruit. You weren't waiting for the perfect conditions or applause. You understood that growth doesn't require validation. You listened to that voice within, the one that told you there was more, even if no one else could see it, and you followed it. People didn't understand what you were doing. If you had told them what you were focused on, whether it was healing, learning new skills, watching powerful content, meditating, or simply unlearning old patterns, they might have laughed or ignored you. And many did. They dismissed your discipline. They rolled their eyes at your silence. They thought your distance was weakness. But now, they see results they can't explain. You're different. Your energy is calmer, but more powerful. Your presence is sharper, but softer. Even though your physical appearance might not have changed drastically, your essence has. And that's what confuses them, because they can't recognize your spirit anymore. The old version of you was familiar, predictable. This new version, it's aligned. They can't comprehend how you surpass them because they still think success is external. But your progress started deep within. You mastered your mind. You developed emotional intelligence. You stopped reacting and started responding. That takes real work. They were using their time to gossip, criticize, and compete. But competition without clarity is wasted effort. They weren't trying to grow. They were trying to outrun others. And that's exactly why they stayed stagnant. They were chasing shadows while you were becoming solid. Now they want to know your secret. They want the recipe. But here's the truth. They wouldn't have followed your path even if you handed them the map. Because your journey required patience, humility, and consistent effort. Most don't want to do the inner work. They just want the outer rewards. You gave yourself what they never gave themselves: permission to evolve. You stopped explaining and you started building. You focused not on outcomes, but on alignment. And that's what led to breakthroughs, not just in life, but in mindset, peace, and self-worth. You're not finished yet. You know you've still got goals ahead, but you're proud of how far you've come. And they see it. Even if they never say it out loud, they feel it. Your elevation exposed their stagnation, and now they're trying to catch up to a version of you they never truly understood. But here's the most beautiful part. You're not resentful. You're not bitter. You don't wish them harm. In fact, you want everyone to rise. But you've learned the difference between those who genuinely seek growth and those who only want to win at comparison. You stayed in your lane. You honored your timing. You used your time as a tool, not a toy. And now you're reaping the rewards of that decision. Not because you're better, but because you were willing to do what others weren't. Work on yourself when no one was watching. So now when people ask, how did you get here? You know it wasn't luck, it was late nights, lonely seasons, silent battles, and consistent inner work. You planted seeds in secret. And now, even they can't deny the bloom. Let them watch. Let them wonder. You're not obligated to explain, just continue walking in your truth, growing in your own rhythm, and living in alignment with your higher self. One day, they may finally realize it wasn't magic. It was mindset. It wasn't chance. It was choice. And while they were talking, you were transforming. So stay focused. You're only getting started. The momentum you've created is unstoppable, and no one can steal the results that came from your silent dedication. And now repeat this prayer with me. Dear God, thank you for guiding me through a journey of self-discipline and intentional growth. Thank you for pulling me through quiet seasons that demanded my full focus. Even when others didn't understand my silence, you did. I honor the time I've been given. Let me never waste it again on things that drain my spirit or distract me from purpose. Every minute matters, and I now choose to use mine wisely, knowing that the seeds I plant today shape the life I walk into tomorrow. Help me stay committed to the unseen work, the internal development that no one applauds. Let me not seek validation from others, but peace from within. Show me the value of patience, and remind me that everything unfolds when it is time. Release me from the need to explain myself to those who only wish to compete. Free me from comparison and teach me the power of focused intention. May I rise not to be above others, but to live in alignment with my highest path. Bless my mind with clarity, so I can discern distractions from opportunities. Strengthen my willpower so I may choose growth over comfort. Open doors for me that align with my spirit, and close every path that pulls me off course. Surround me with people who pour into me as I pour into them. Let me attract meaningful relationships and purposeful connections. Remove all jealousy and drama from my space so I can thrive in peace and power. When others question my progress, let me not shrink in guilt or pride. Let me remain humble, focused, and grounded. May my life be a quiet testimony of what discipline, alignment, and divine guidance can do. I release every regret about my past. I honor who I used to be because that version of me fought hard to become who I am now. I send gratitude to my younger self for starting, even when the road ahead was unclear. And most of all, I thank you for not letting me give up when it felt easier to quit. You whispered when I needed direction. You strengthened me when I was weak. And now, I walk with a deeper sense of purpose and power. Let my journey continue to inspire, heal, and uplift others. May my light be a reflection of the inner work I've done. I am ready for what's next. I am aligned. I am empowered. I am enough. Amen.